Hey minions, welcome to Crank It Up. I'm Jim Price, and on this episode of Action Awareness, I want to talk about a Mountie's action, A. This is easily the strangest action in the expansion, one of the strangest in the game, and it's the only non-self-explanatory card that the Mounties have, which is why they are great for new players. A is a special action that reads, after you play your first action in a turn, you may play this card as an extra action. One of your minions gains +1 power until the end of the turn, and you may place this card back into your hand instead of the discard pile. It's an action that gives one minion 1 power until the end of the turn. Normally, this would be considered extremely weak. 1 total power, even in guard, lets you draw a card, and can target any minion, and lets you play an extra action. Most actions give you at least 2 power, and if it's less than that, there usually is some other benefit. So does that make A weak? I actually think that's the point, but the card is not as bad as you would think. First, it's a free play. As long as you can play it, it doesn't consume any actions. You just get a free power, and the card can go back to your hand, so you can use it multiple times per game. There are very few reasons not to actually take the card back into your hand. You could always discard it later if your hand starts to get full. Still, players might complain that it only supplies 1 power, but I counter with this. Do you have any idea how often I am planning a big play and come up exactly 1 power short? This happens quite often, and A has actually proven to be the missing piece on numerous occasions. I've seen players smile because this weak card actually ends up being the final punch. The once per turn clause is necessary because without it, certain factions that excel in extra action plays would be broken. The fact that it can be used on any turn while going back into your hand is significant. The fact that it is temporary power doesn't matter that much because the Mounties largely have terminal power. Their 2 double features add power until the end of the turn, and A just adds gravy to that. Most of the Mountie plays are about temporary power anyway, just look at Dudley and Northern Mover. What A does is make it 1 power easier to facilitate that endgame play, and empirically, that 1 power goes a long way. When you are losing on a base, the Mounties have a special in When Calls the Badge that will give each minion +1 power. A can be used to provide further buffer. It's also a reaction to the special, so it can be played fairly immediately, allowing you to play back-to-back specials before an opponent can counter. This is important for special actions that can affect minions at the last moment, and A has successfully allowed me to dodge them. Particularly, the 2 spy specials stand out as you are trying to get your minions out of range of their action, as well as other comparable actions that do something similar. The benefits may be limited, but there are times when simply playing another action has benefits. A won't trigger Spartans since you used your action already, but they can further trigger Heracles and Odysseus. This means that 1 power becomes 3 power. A can trigger the Alien Guru when the action you play does not increase power. This is good for their mid-game actions like Bring 'em In or Battle Moose. That extra 1 power can mean a significant difference in a duel, again taking advantage of the fact that it can be played on any turn, not just your own. When you look at the benefits of winning a duel, it can mean avoiding destruction, denying a VP, or preventing additional minions from being played. The fact that the power is temporary doesn't matter when you are unconcerned with breaking the base anyway, merely surviving. There are other actions that regenerate themselves, but A is the only one that is truly free. Friendship power still costs you your action to play, and Favor of Dionysius replaces itself on top of your deck, holding back your card draw. A may not jump right off the page, and it is useful, and it is free. Unless there is a penalty for playing actions, you should use it as often as you can. It's free and provides value, so what more could you want? I like A, and I like that it is not afraid to take risks with the design by appearing to be a bad card. There's not much else to say about this, but I like how that highlights the simplicity of the Mounties. When you successfully win a base because of A, you'll laugh and appreciate how that 1 power truly did make all the difference in the world. It's a jab, not a knockout, but every punch counts. What do you think of A? Let me know in the comments. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let's shut it down.